On today's installation video, we're going to be discussing how to install a RaceChip GTS Black on a 2.0 TFSI and an Audi Q5. Before installing the RaceChip, please wait until your engine is cool enough to work on. Put your parking brake or emergency brake on. If your vehicle is equipped with an alarm system, please disable it. Pop the hood, roll up the windows, close the doors, and press the lock button on your key fob and move that key fob 30 feet away. You're gonna wait about 10 minutes after for all the electricity to clear from underneath the hood. Now that we've waited about 15 minutes, we're first gonna remove the plastic engine cover. To do so, simply grab the edges and lift up gently and it should pop off. For the 2.0 TFSI, we'll be connecting to the A, the B, as well as the camshaft sensor for C, which is right here on the back side of the motor on the passenger side. The first connection, A, is going to go to the turbo boost pressure sensor down here on the driver's side of the motor. It'll be on the turbocharged pipe after the intercooler, before the throttle body and intake manifold. To remove the OEM sensor plug, we're first going to pull back on the red locking tab and then press down and gently pull away. With the OEM sensor plug removed, we're now going to take the female end of the RaceChip wiring harness and insert it into the OEM sensor plug. We should lock with the red locking tab. Then we're going to take the male end of the RaceChip wiring harness and insert it directly into the sensor and press until it locks. For the B connection, to remove the sensor, we're going to take this little gray plastic snap, pull it back until it clicks, and then press down and gently remove. We're going to take that male fitting and take the female end of the RaceChip harness. You're going to connect to the smooth side with the side with the locking tab. So you're going to insert till it clicks, and then go ahead and lock the gray tab. And then the next thing we're going to do is take the male end of the RaceChip wiring harness and insert it into the sensor. Same as the OEM plug, insert it, wait till it clicks, and snap with the gray locking tab. The C connection is going to go to the camshaft sensor. You'll remove the C connection very similarly to the other two. Pull back the gray locking tab, press down, and remove the sensor. With the sensor plug removed, we're going to take that male end of the OEM fitting and insert it to the female end of the RaceChip harness, again onto the smooth side, pressing until it locks, and then lock down the gray locking tab. And then we're going to take the male end of the RaceChip harness and insert it into the sensor. Push until it clicks, and then press the gray tab till it locks. With the connection points on the wiring harness securely attached, next up on the installation is actually to install the RaceChip. To do so, we're first going to remove the deactivation plug. Now hang on to this. A good idea is to throw this in your glove box. This is going to be the bypass plug that returns the car to stock. So to remove the deactivation plug, we're going to grab the FCI purple plug, pull to the left, remove the deactivation plug, and insert the RaceChip in its place. Now we're going to go grab the keys and make sure that the RaceChip is getting power. To do so, simply press the unlock button on your key fob and keep an eye on the RaceChip. It should light up as soon as you press the unlock button. Now that we've confirmed the RaceChip is getting power, let's make sure the installation was done correctly. To do so, we're actually going to start the car and check for check engine lights. If you have no check engine lights, this means the installation was done correctly. If you do have an engine light, please refer to the printout within the same bag as the wiring harness to confirm that your connections are in the correct orientation. To mount the RaceChip, we're actually going to take the 4 connecting clips and put one into either corner of the RaceChip itself. The nice thing about these mounting tabs is after you zip tie the RaceChip, if you do need to remove it, you can simply press these corners to remove the mounting tabs, to remove the RaceChip, but leave the mounting tabs zip tied in place. The nice thing about these mounting tabs is you can either go horizontal or vertical with the zip ties when you're mounting the RaceChip. For this application, we're going to use the 2 zip ties going in the vertical direction. Use the longer of the 2 supplied zip ties for mounting the RaceChip and the smaller ones for mounting the wiring harness. When mounting the race chip, it's very important to keep it away from any hot or moving parts, as well as any place that moisture can get to. For the Q5, we're going to mount it up here on the driver's side shock bucket, away from the motor and any hot or moving parts. Next up on the installation process is to route and zip tie the race chip wiring harness. Just like the race chip itself, we want to keep the wiring harness away from any hot or moving parts. And if we're going to zip tie to any pre-existing electrical or fluid lines, make sure we're not pinching and zip tying too tight. You don't want to cut any electrical power or restrict the flow of any coolant or any other fluids. With the wiring harness securely mounted, last thing to do with the zip ties is to cut off the excess ends, as well as on the race chip. Next up is to put the plastic engine cover back into place. Start in the default setting of the race chip for the first time you test drive the car. If everything works great, you can then move the race chip to the next level up. Be aware that the car needs some time to adapt before releasing the full performance upgrade. Now, get out, drive, and enjoy your race chip.